Super Series.
You guessed it, it's World's Strongest Man time again. Hello and welcome to China, the host for the 2006 World's Strongest Man Finals. The 29th running of the competition this year returns to one of China's most popular tourist destinations, Hainan Island, just off the southeast coast of the mainland. It's here that we will discover who, if anyone, can wrestle the title away from 3 times and reigning world champion Mariusz Pudzianowski. First of all, though, we need to discover who will contest these finals through the World's Strongest Man Super Series competitions. 3 Grand Prix events will be run through America and Europe to determine who will contest the finals here and who will be crowned World Super Series champion. The first event will take place in Connecticut, USA at the Mohegan Sun Resort and Casino. Over to you, Nick.
Yes, thanks, Martin, and welcome to Uncasville in Connecticut, the venue for the Mohegan Sun Super Series event, which we think will be dominated by Mariusz Pudzianowski. He's the man who won the World's Strongest Man title a year ago, and although it's a very good field, this man will be the man they all want to beat. Will it be more magic from Mariusz? We'll find out.
But Mariusz isn't the only good strongman here. To begin with, we have 6 great Americans: Dave Oslin, Kevin Nee, Carl Gillingham, Josh Thigpen, Mark Filippi, all guys who've competed at the World's Strongest Man, and of course last year's number 2, Jesse Marunde.
Well, it was like seeing the top of the mountain and not being able to reach it, you know. Been training for 11 years. Came this close, although Mariusz did beat me by quite a bit. Being one place away really gave me a taste of that victory, and I'm very hungry for that win now. Been training about 4 or 5 hours a day, 6 days a week. My body is leaner, so my body weight is a little lighter, but yet my squat and deadlift are up higher than they were, which is the 2 lifts I need to work on the most. And so overall, I'm the more complete package now. So I know Mariusz isn't able to train as properly as he would like to because of all the exhibitions that he's doing. I think he's still stronger than me right now, but I think I'm closing the gap.
And from the rest of the world, we have the likes of Odd Haugen from Norway, 56 years old, the 2 giants of the sport, Terry Hollins from London and Big Dominic Filiu from Canada, both men over 400 pounds. A former Super Series champion, Hugo Girard from Canada, back once again. And our 3 other World's Strongest Man winners, Sven Viking Power Carlson from Norway, Jani Virtanen from Finland, and the great Swede, Magnus Samuelsson. What a lineup.
Yes, indeed, what a lineup, including 4 guys that have held that title of World's Strongest Man. But they're not the only guys in this field. It's a very strong group, and there they are, and flying the flag for the UK, Terry Hollins from Dartford in Kent. And the first event, the Bowflex frame carry. It's as hard to say as it is to do. All you got to do is pick up that 380 kilogram weight and carry it 100 feet in as fast a time as possible. And first up, it's Josh Thigpen going up against Big Dominic Filiu of Canada on the far side. And it's impossible just to lift it, and Filiu has picked it up and put it straight down, but Thigpen's giving this a go, Colin.
Well, it's funny, it's not about size, this is about grip strength, and look at Thigpen, such an athlete.
Well, once he got hold of that, he really did start to get some momentum. And that was the thing that was troubling Filiu. Filiu has the size, as you say, but it's the grip that's causing him a problem. He just cannot get any kind of purchase at all on that 380 kilos.
Well, it's funny, last year they did this for about 80 feet, so they've extended it another 20 feet. And to be honest, I think this could be a task just too far for anybody.
Filiu looks like he's falling apart at the seams there. Some of the talc just coming out. And Filiu is in all sorts of trouble. But Thigpen put everything into that first effort. And I think he's decided, you know what, that's enough. Filiu's definitely decided that's enough. And the other fellas looking at that are thinking, oh, this one looks as tough as we think it might be on paper. 380 kilos, 100 feet. Well, let's see how Odd Haugen can get on with it. And he's going up against a fella young enough to be his grandson, Kevin Nee, on the far side from the United States, as the 56-year-old Norwegian gives it a bit of a go. But look who's staying with him, Kevin Nee. But now it's age getting the better of youth. Now, can Haugen keep it going? Nee's had to put it down for a rest. So too is the old man. Hope he doesn't hear me say that. But clearly, age is not a barrier.
No, not at all, especially in grip strength. That's something that improves with age. And if your back's strong enough to lift it, then Odd Haugen is not going to let go. But look at this, Kevin's made a dart for it, hasn't he?
He certainly has. And I think he might just have his nose in front there. I think he might have just seen where Haugen had come to a stop and said, well, I'll just see if I can get past that. And hopefully the old boy won't be able to take it any further. Nee is going to give it another go. Somehow he's got it, and he's got a bit more, so he's put the pressure on Haugen. And no, I think Odd has put everything he's going to put into that. The man that's based in California these days, but he's not going to be dreaming of anything special here today. 81 feet 10 inches, not bad. Don't think it's going to be enough to beat Kevin Nee, who just seems to have his nose in front. Yes, by 3 inches, Kevin Nee has taken that heat. And the 56-year-old and the 21-year-old in a mutual embrace of respect. Now, in comes big Terry Hollands, the UK's strongest man from 2005, up against the American Dave Ostland. Oh, can either of these fellows compete the course? Hollands is off to a flyer. Well, Terry's really going for this.
Well, he's a monstrous guy. He's only been weightlifting for a couple of years now. He used to play rugby at under 21 level for Harlequins. Amazing power.
Well, this is incredible from the big fella. And he's got a real chance at completing the course. And he's done it, and he's made it look easy. Terry Hollands in 22.37 seconds. He's destroyed the field.
Terry, not a lot of people know you on the big international scene. That was a big statement. Tell me about it.
Yeah, I actually thought I'd make the distance without putting them down, but it was a bit heavier than I thought it'd be. Dropped it short about 7 metres, but luckily my grip held out in the end. I'm really pleased with that.
And so you should be, Terry. A truly world-class performance from Hollands, who currently leads the Mohegan Sun Grand Prix. The big guns have yet to come out, though. Join us after the break to see if anyone can catch him. Welcome back to the first of our World's Strongest Man Super Series Grand Prix and the Mohegan Sun in Connecticut, where our very own Terry Hollands is currently in the lead halfway through the first event. What's been happening, Nick?
Well, the American Mark Philippi almost completed the course. Just 2 feet from glory for the man from UNLV. And another American, Carl Gillingham, he did pretty well as well, 92 feet. The world's strongest man from 2000, Jarni Virtanen, not too impressive, 37 feet. And as for Magnus Samuelsson, though, all sorts of problems.
We knew you had a bad back. Can you continue?
To be honest, I knew when I walked out there, because I came into this competition very, very strong. And then I made the impossible thing to injure myself during the warm-ups. And
can you continue? Yes or no?
As I'm standing there, it's totally impossible for me. I need treatment, and I will live to fight another day, and I will be back.
Jesse, big pressure on you in its moments before. How do you feel?
There's no pressure, man. I don't think anybody wants me to win as bad as I do, so I think I put all the pressure on myself. And, you know, I'm pretty relaxed. It's just another day at the office.
So on we go, Jesse Marunde going up against Sven Karlsson, the world's strongest man from 2001. And Sven's been talking about retirement. Well, he might be retiring from this event right there, but not Jesse Marunde. He's given it a real good run. But who can catch Terry Hollands? Dartford's finest still in front, but Marunde, oh no, he's in trouble.
I think there's a lot of pressure on Jesse Marunde, coming second at World's Strongest Man last year. He's had a whole host of exhibitions and magazine work to do, and, well, we'll find out if he's managed to keep up the gym work now.
Well, he's getting a little bit of partisan support from the crowd, but that crowd cannot lift 380 kilos, and very quietly, look who's coming back. Sven keeps on going, but the clock keeps on ticking, and Marunde put everything into that 49 feet and 2 inches and says that's enough. And Carlson, I think, will also say, you know what, time to check out, 53 feet 10. Yeah, but terrific heat. But next up, Mariusz Pudzianowski, the 3-time world's strongest man, and he's going up against the returning Hugo Girard. Good to see him back after that horrendous Achilles problem. He's had a year out, now he's back. And as somebody once said, he's getting ready to rumble.
You know, it's funny. It's like I feel like a rookie again. Everything is brand new. I'm not used to get nervous that as much anymore. You know, you see the world from a different perspective. Definitely, I see my sport from a different perspective. You know, prior to the injuries, you want to go out there, you have like small injuries, you never heal them properly, you just want to win every meet. You know, now I just feel happy that I can compete again, and I just feel happy that I can do what I was doing again. You know, I took advantage of all that time off to look at myself, look back at what I've done and see, okay, if I want to be back again, you know, I need a purpose. And that purpose was, you want to win or you just want to look at it as a personal challenge, trying to be back better than you were. You know, definitely the quality of athlete here is very high, but not only because they won World's Strongest Man, because they've been on the circuit for many years. Those guys have experience, so I have experience too. You know, I beat those guys before, I'm going to beat them again.
So Girard is back and he's testing himself against the governor, Pudzianowski. So this really is a welcome return for the big fella. And both of them have got out flying. Just look at him go, Girard. Well, Pudzianowski's in trouble, but Girard isn't. Look at the rhythm he's got, look at the momentum. He's tearing this course apart. And Terry Holland's lead could be going south here. Look at him go. What a return to big league competition for Hugo Girard, 20.06. Welcome back to the big time.
Unbelievable from Hugo Girard. He actually demanded to go head-to-head with Mariusz in this pairing when everybody else shrunk away from the challenge. And look at Mariusz. What has this done to his confidence? He hasn't been challenged like this in a long time.
Well, I don't think Pudzianowski's been trailing in anybody's wake for an awful long time. Hugo Girard is the story. Pudzianowski's completed the course, but the talk of this place is about the return of Hugo.
Hugo, you made a big call. You said, put me against Mariusz there. I can't believe it. It's amazing.
You know what? There's only one way to get the best out of you. It's about competing against the best. I'm sending a message there. I'm not scared of no opposition. Bring me the best. I do what I have to do.
Well done.
Yeah.
So Hugo Girard taking it in 20.06, knocking Terry Holland into second place, and in third, the 3-time world's strongest man, Mariusz Pudzianowski.
In the last 5 years or more, I have to say that the Polish Pudzianowski is my favorite strongman. And you may ask why. Well, he's so dominant. He's good at everything. He has no weak link. He trains as hard as I did, or harder, longer. He trains for 6 hours a day. I thought 3 and 4 hours was enough. I guess not, now by today's standards. He seems to be so at ease with some of the most difficult events. After many of the guys are falling out and struggling, carrying a heavy stone for a great distance, he just sets it down and walks away like it was no big deal. Everybody knows Mariusz Pudzianowski to be one of the greatest strongmen ever, and he's really my favorite and the most fun to watch.
Next up is this giant axle press, 300 pounds, 137.5 kilos. Come in and have a look at the thickness of this handle. This is no ordinary bar. This is almost thicker than a Coke can. You have to have giant hands and giant power to get this to your chest and then overhead. Now, Magnus, you're out now, but tell us the secret here.
The key here is to get it up to the chest in one heavy pulling from the beginning. And you can use the reverse grip or the normal grip depending on where you have your power. But the hard part is not to press it, it's to get it up to the shoulders.
Well, whatever way you do it, it's going to take a lot of power. And sadly for Magnus, the day is over.
Well, I was hoping Colin was going to show us how it's done. Instead, we'll see what Dominic Filiou could do. 3 repetitions for the big Canadian. It was hard work. Joni Virtanen, the former world's strongest man, managing just 2 repetitions. And Dave Ostland Impressive with 5. Now here comes Jesse Marunde and Sven Karlsson, a former winner and a former runner-up. Let's see what they can come up with. Colin, you wimped out of that lift, didn't you?
My hands barely get round half of that bar. You really have to be a giant to lift this thing up. And look at the way Jesse Marunde gets that to his shoulders. So quick.
Well, Jesse needs a good performance in the axle lift after the disappointment of that first event by his standards. And Karlsson's doing okay too, but Marunde is making this look very simple indeed. Another one there for Karlsson. But Marunde's not finished yet, is he? He's still going and looking strong.
He's like an Olympic lifter at the Olympic Games, the way he cleans it up to his chest in one movement and then jerks it, while Sven, he does the old-fashioned way of dragging it up his belly.
I guess the worst thing you can do is look across at the other guy and see what he's doing. Just concentrate on your own game, which is what Sven is trying to do here. Because if you do look at what Marunde's doing, it might just put you off your stroke. 4 for Karlsson, but this fella's still going. 6, and look at that, a little bit of showboating as well. This fella is such a crowd pleaser. Go on, Jesse, do it with one hand tied behind your back as well. What a performance. 6 reps. Josh Thigpen also went pretty well. 6 repetitions, flying the flag for the United States. Odd Haugen at 56, managing 3 reps. Next up, Carl Gillingham, the 42-year-old from Minneapolis, up against young Kevin Nee, who's still a student at Arizona State University. Will it be age? Will it be experience? They don't really want to be thinking, Colin, in terms of competing against each other. It's just stay in your own little world.
Well, it's all about getting one of these top 4 slots and getting to the Worlds. Of course, all of these guys are good friends. They do the circuit together, but when it comes to the big night, it's all about getting the places, the golden ticket.
Well, Kevin Nee's made a good start. Gillingham a little bit slower, but still going. A couple each. Here goes Nee, looking for repetition number 3. Well, this is not so much a race against the clock. It's just trying to keep your rhythm, seeing how many reps you can put up there. So Gillingham still looking comfortable, even though he's a lot slower than Nee. Let's see if either of these fellas start slowing down. Well, that's 4 for Nee, and he's still looking strong. What about Gillingham? Can he put up 4? Yes, he can. I think there's a little bit more in the tank for these two.
Well, Kevin's starting to blow hard, though. He really went out like a train. There's question marks about his fitness. Yeah, he's staggering a little bit.
Yeah, he really had trouble locking the arms there. Gillingham's managed to lock the arms there, but yeah, Kevin said, you know what? That 5th one was enough for me. And he bows out, and I'm not sure that Carl Gillingham wants anything else to do with this very demanding event. Yeah, a souvenir for one lucky young fan, and the man from just up the road, Boston. There you go. That's the Boston Red Sox right there for you. He's done well. Mind you, in comes the big fella, Mariusz Pudzianowski. And it's all gone a bit quiet. Mark Philippi is in the other corner, but all eyes are on the fella on the left there, Pudzianowski. This is a good event for him.
Undoubtedly, it's hard to find a bad event for him, really, isn't it? But Hugo Girard has put a dent in his confidence in the first event, but this is the kind of thing that Mariusz really does excel at.
Interesting to see what Philippi's doing with his left hand there. Let's see if he does it again on the next lift, because Pudzianowski is in rhythm, but Philippi just sort of took it. Yeah, he's doing that again. Now, why would he do that?
Well, with Mark, he's had so many injuries over the years. It's probably a bad elbow, but his arms are so big as well, it's hard for him just to hold the bar in that position.
Well, the technique might be wobbly, but it's still a good effort, but it's nothing on this fella. I've been so busy looking at Philippi and that strange technique he's got. I've lost count of what Pudzianowski's been doing. He must be up around the 6 or 7. Well, this is the Mariusz that these fans have come to know and love. Philippi says 5's good enough for me, 5 not good enough for this fella. 9. And that blows the field away thus far. And they enjoyed that. They may be here to support the Americans, but they know world-class lifting when they see it. And the Polish community is in the house as well. Now then, Hugo Girard, who went off like a bottle of champagne in that last event, didn't he? Can he keep it going? He goes up against Terry Holland. Not one of Terry's great events, this. And as you see, Girard is off and running already. Terry's got 1 down, but already Girard's up to 2.
Well, the amazing thing about Girard is he just presses it without his legs. Look at Terry here, jerks it up, but Girard, just all tricep power. With that bad leg of last year, that's all he's done, bench pressing and shoulder work.
And Terry is finding this very hard work indeed. Well, once he gets it to that position, he's got a chance, but just getting it there is tough enough for the Dartford man. He may not have too much more left in the tank, but look at Girard go. Making it look so simple. Hollands trying to gear up for one more lift. He's on 3. That's no good. Terry really needs a couple more. Can he get one more? Yeah, Hollands will go up to 4. But what on earth is Girard going to stop at? This is sensational. 9. He equals Mariusz Pudzianowski. Boy, is this fella back with a bang, and isn't it great to see him back on the big stage.
You equaled Mariusz and he can't speak. You're still talking.
Yeah, you know what? It's a good thing I didn't practice that thing. I had a few more in me. I was struggling a bit with the clean, but the press was just nothing.
These must be the strongest shoulders in the world. What do you think?
There's no doubt about it.
Well, no doubt about who's in the lead either. Hugo Girard, 27.5, just 2 points ahead of Mariusz Pudzianowski. The big two pulling away from the field.
The next event is the car deadlift head-to-head. You have to pick it up as many times as possible. 365 kilos, that's 800 pounds in old money. Now, Sven, your day is over here. But what's the secret to this?
Well, the secret to this event is a powerful back and unbelievable strong legs. And there is a lot of young lions going to prove themselves here today, so we're going to have a very, very hard fight, I think.
Well, we're about to have a cut. We're going to lose a few guys after this. We've already lost some to injury. Let's see how they get on with this.
Yes, it really has become a battle of survival for these fellas, hasn't it? Odd Haugen managed 7 reps. Dave Ostland, he'll be disappointed with 4. Jesse Marunde will be even more disappointed. Just 3 reps for the big American. Last year's finalist, Mark Philippi, though, had a terrific lift. 11 for him. Terry Hollands trying to bounce back from his disappointment in the last event. Well, he would have to settle for 5. And Carl Gillingham into double figures too. So Kevin Nee will go up against his fellow American Josh Thigpen from just outside Los Angeles in Pasadena, the home of the Rose Bowl. And the word is, Colin, that this is an event that Kevin Nee quite fancies.
It's just amazing. Only 20 years old, Kevin, yet has one of the strongest backs in the world. Josh Thigpen up at nearly 6'6". There he is, much slimmer athlete than Nee. I think he'll struggle with the heavy weight in his back.
Well, Nee so far making those lifts look simple. Thigpen a lot slower, taking an awful lot of time with that grip. Nee is barely stopping once he's put it down, but look how long Thigpen's taking just to redefine that grip. Well, this is absolutely no problem at all for Kevin Nee, is it? And a bit of showboating to the crowd as well, saying, yeah, I got more. Give me some more. Well, how much more has he got? Can he get into double figures? Well, he's made this look very easy, hasn't he? A little bit more lifting, a little bit less showboating. There's more there for Kevin if he wants it, but he's such a natural showman that he's enjoying putting on a performance. Thigpen settles for 5, but this fella, 12.
Thanks, Nick. What a great effort from the young American in front of his home crowd. It's currently an American 1, 2 and 3 in the world-class deadlift. Join us after the break to see what the big two can do. Welcome back to the Mohegan Sun Grand Prix, where it's neck and neck after 3 events between Poland's Mariusz Pudzianowski and Canada's Hugo Girard. Back to Nick.
Well, this is what this crowd wants to see. Pudzianowski up against Girard. And Girard's pushing the pole hard, but this is the kind of competition he loves. In fact, he thrives on it.
Now everything is good. Back, shoulders, legs. I think so. This year also, I hope win. Every athlete train hard, and every want to win. Which is good? I don't know. This year I am strong. A lot of people talking Mariusz is crazy and very strong and like competition strongman every time. Don't have diet, I eat everything. A lot of people talking, Mariusz, what you eat? Yes, of course, I eat everything. Chocolate, this is my special diet. Chocolate, ice cream.
Well, these two really have set the bar very high in the early stages of this competition. Remember, only the top 4 men guaranteed a spot in the World's Strongest Man final in China, and these two look on course to claim 2 of those spots. And they both started off fast here as well.
Well, it's neck and neck, isn't it? I think Pudzianowski just ahead now. I think these two guys will struggle to beat the 12 reps by Kevin Nee, though. That really was a phenomenal feat.
It certainly was, but these two fellas look like they could be challenging it. And Girard almost matching Pudzianowski step for step. As you say, Colin, the pole has definitely got his nose in front. But how much more does he have left in the tank? And it's starting to hurt for Girard as well. Still looking good for Pudzianowski. Girard starting to slow. Can he get another one? No, he's done. 10 and out for Hugo Girard. But Pudzianowski, 14. He's gone past Kevin Nee. He takes top spot. They're happy. He's happy. Everybody's happy. Another very, very impressive performance from Pudzianowski.
Hey, Marius, you won. Was that hard?
Yes, very hard job. Hugo is today very, very strong. I have problem today win.
You have a lot of Polish fans. Is it great for you?
Yes, very, very great for me. It's beautiful.
Thank you.
Well, that impressive performance has put the pole back in pole position. He's moved ahead of Hugo Girard, Kevin Nee and Carl Gillingham, the Americans, occupying 3rd and 4th. Terry Hollands is on the outside looking in at the moment. He needs to make his move.
We're at the money end of the competition now, and these one-arm bandits normally dispense cash. If you're lucky, now they're dispensing pain, as you have to lift this cone and circle up and carry it around as many times as possible. Jesse, you've got to carry it more than anybody at the moment. You're struggling today.
Yeah, 2 big pulling events right at the beginning kind of put me out of the running. No surprise that I need to work on my deadlift. So good event for me coming up here in the Conan's wheel. I need to do really well. I'm going to struggle to make a top 3 finish here, with this being Marius's best event and Hugo being on fire. But I need to do that to make up the points.
Well, get ready for just about the hardest event tonight.
Yes, it really is a test of stamina and endurance. Dave Ostland managing 12 feet 9 inches. Agony every step of it. Odd Haugen 36 feet 3 inches for the Norwegian. But nobody making this look easy. Gillingham, well, he went 47.11. And Philippi didn't want to know at all. He was hurt. It's a pain-filled event in every sense. Well, what can Jesse Marunde do? 2nd in last year's World's Strongest Man. Nowhere to be seen at this event so far. And as you heard him say, this is an event he expects to do well at. Good start, very positive. Got some momentum. Looks like he's got a good grip on that as well.
Well, he could be faced with so many great internationalists here, but Marunde is coming back. That's what I love about him. He's got this quality of sticking with it.
Well, he's certainly sticking with it here, isn't he? Those cash dispensers, as you call them, aren't slowing him down. Well, they are now. Finally, it's amazing how quickly the tank went to empty there. He looked good, and then suddenly he ran out of gas. But a good performance from Jesse Marunde at last.
Is that as good as you wanted? Is that...
No, I needed much more than that to beat Marius. I think he'll go half again as far at least, but it's quite possibly the heaviest cone as well I've ever done, and I took it as far as I could.
Josh Thigpen, the Californian, just getting his grip ready. And as you can see, just lifting that thing takes an awful lot of effort. And momentum the key. Once you lose that momentum, you really are struggling in this event.
Indeed, you have to keep it moving forward there. It does swing about a little bit, these weights, and funny enough, the slimmer guys tend to do well at this. Oh, he's gone there.
And I don't see him coming back from that 81 feet 7. He looks disappointed. But it's not going to be the worst score at this event. So here's Terry Hollands really playing with the big boys. The man from Dartford, a world-class field. And physically, he's not looked quite. Oh, this isn't the greatest start at this event for Terry, but now he's got it going. Physically, he doesn't seem to have been quite right at this event.
He was so good at the Farmer's Walk, but he's suffering cramp now as this night goes on.
Yeah, this looks very hard work, and Terry's had to give that one up. He'll be disappointed with that 43'11".
Terry, did experience play there?
Yeah, a little bit. I'm just suffering with really bad cramp in the hamstrings at the minute. But yeah, just swinging about too much, and I couldn't really control it. Got away from me a little bit. Had to stop to try and reset it, but obviously, where it's swinging about, it's quite hard to do.
Well, you know, cramps caused you to sweating. Are you a little hot here?
Yeah, really hot. It's hot under the lights. But yeah, probably just need to get some more salts in and stuff.
Kevin Nee, the youngest competitor here. As you can see, this isn't an event that Kevin particularly enjoys, but he's got it going.
Well, he's not a huge man, Kevin. This kind of weight puts a lot of pressure on the sternum. You can see the neck bulging there.
Got good control of it. And that's as far as he's going to go, 53.5. But he's looking in all sorts of trouble here. He's put a lot into that, but physically, it's taken a lot out of him. Well, a smile there from Kevin, so he's obviously not in any great trouble, but when he put that bar down, he looked like he was really suffering, and for a moment there, I thought we might have another withdrawal.
Hey, Kevin. Those normally strong legs look like Bambi's legs at the moment. Are you okay?
I don't know. I don't know what's happening to me every event. I keep getting dizzier and dizzier. My head's ringing right now. Oh, man, this is going to be tough pulling this one through. I got to do it, though.